What's up, adventurers? It's your favorite treasure hunter of bad jokes, me, back with a challenge that could rival finding El Dorado itself. I played every Uncharted game in 2024, and let me tell you, it's been a journey filled with treasures, tears, and more accidental cliff dives than I'd like to admit. Let's dive into these masterpieces one by one and break down where we started, how we've evolved, and why Nathan Drake's niece should be declared a national treasure. So, where did it all begin? Uncharted Drake's Fortune, released back in 2007, when my biggest problem was deciding what ringtone to download. This is where it all began. Nathan Drake, Sully, and the ever sassy Elena Fisher team up to find the lost city of gold, El Dorado. Spoiler, it's not a city. It's a cursed statue that turns people into zombie mutants.
What the fuck are those? What the fuck is this? Crazy ass naked fucking monkey. Die! Die!
Yeah, that plot twist came out of nowhere, like the last pancake disappearing at family breakfast. The story sets up the tone for the entire series. Treasure hunting, bad guys with endless goons, and Nate's uncanny ability to escape death. Usually by causing more destruction though. One of my favorite moments? The jet ski sequence. I mean, who doesn't love casually driving up a raging waterfall while dodging exploding barrels?
Ah, fuck. No, don't let me die again. Stupid fucking mission.
Me actually. But let's be honest. The combat feels like it's straight out of a 70s arcade era. By the end I'd taken out so many mercenaries that Sully should have hired me for his next job. And zombie mutants? Terrifying. It's like Indiana Jones meets Resident Evil, and I wasn't expecting, nor was I ready for that kind of level of stress.
Okay, fuck me. Fuck me. Get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Fuck!
Can we talk about climbing? Nate's got moves, but I swear he's cursed to always pick the least stable ledge. Did he take a class on how to pick the worst route possible, or is it just bad luck? Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, is where the series went from "oh, this is fun" to "holy whoa, this is incredible!" The game kicks off with Nate dangling off a derailed train that's hanging off a snowy cliff, and if you're not immediately stressed out, you're probably Nathan Drake himself. This time, the treasure is the Sintamani Stone, hidden in Shambhala. Along the way, we get betrayal, romance, and yet another villain with way too many henchmen. Enter Chloe Fraser, Nate's ex and the sassiest character in the series. Chloe's dynamic with Nate is electric, and she's not afraid to call him out for his terrible decision making. And highlights? The set pieces, definitely. Naughty Dog said, what if everything exploded? And then pretty much made it happen. The collapsing hotel, the epic tank chase in the village, and of course the iconic train sequence. Yeah, that's right, the train deserves its own shout out because it's practically a character in this game. What did I not love? Some of the stealth sections. Look, I'm just not cut out to be sneaky. Every time I tried, I ended up alerting the entire army, and suddenly it's World War III in a Tibetan monastery. Also, let's talk about those Yetis. Spoiler, they're not even Yetis. They're just dudes in costumes, which somehow makes them even creepier. Imagine dedicating your life to treasure hunting only to get taken out by a guy in a furry suit. Uncharted 3 takes us deep into Nate's past. His bond with Sully and his questionable life choices. This time the treasure is the Atlantis of the Sands. But before we get there, we've got plane crashes, pirate ship brawls, and enough sand to make Tonton jealous. The flashbacks are some of my favorite parts of this game. Seeing young Nate pickpocketing his way into Sully's heart, adorable. But don't let that fool you. This game cranks up the intensity. The burning chateau sand? Pure chaos. The plane crash and subsequent trek through the desert? Absolutely legendary. But let's talk about Marlowe and Talbot, the villains. Marlowe's got this creepy cult leader vibe, and Talbot, he's basically a magician. There's a scene where he straight up hypnotizes Nate, and I'm like, is this Uncharted or a Las Vegas magician show? What the fuck?
Dude, this is some Alice in Wonderland kind of shit.
The emotional core of the game, though, is Sully's and Nate's relationship. There's this moment in the game where Nate thinks Sully's been killed, and the rage and heartbreak is so real. I'm not crying. You're crying. And what did I struggle with? The combat. By this point, every enemy feels like they've been bench pressing tanks. And the sandstorm gunfights? Forget aiming. I'm just spraying bullets hoping for the best. And those hallucinatory sequences? They were so trippy I felt like I accidentally signed up for a psychology experiment or something. Uncharted 4 is the farewell tour we didn't know we needed. Nate's trying to live a normal life, and then his brother Sam shows up like, hey, do you remember me? Let's go find a pirate treasure. And Nate's being like, sure. The stakes? Higher than ever. The graphics? Jaw-dropping. The emotional damage? Off the charts. The Libertalia arc is phenomenal. It's not just about treasure, it's about betrayal, legacy and brotherhood. But the real MVP in the game is Elena. She's patient, supportive, and not afraid to call Nate out when he screws up. Their arguments in the game hit harder than any boss fight. And speaking of boss fights, Rafael Adler is one of the best villains in the series. The final sword fight? Chef's kiss. It's like Naughty Dog looked at every treasure hunting trope and said, let's end on a duel, because why not? The epilogue? Perfection. Seeing Nate and Elena's daughter exploring their past adventures was such a heartfelt way to close the series. It's rare for a game to stick the landing. Uncharted 4 absolutely nailed it. And finally we've got The Lost Legacy. Chloe and Nadine teaming up to find the Tusk of Ganesh is exactly the spin-off we needed. Their banter is hilarious, their chemistry is undeniable, and the gameplay is peak Uncharted. The open world sections were a bold move, but they paid off. I spent hours just exploring, solving side puzzles, and marveling at the scenery. And let's not forget that train sequence. Naughty Dog has a thing for trains, and honestly, I'm in for it. What stands out most about The Lost Legacy is how it's able to tell a personal comeback story while still delivering blockbuster action. Chloe's growth, Nadine's redemption arc, and the gorgeous setting make this a worthy addition to the series. My only gripe? I wanted more. These two are so compelling that I'd play a whole trilogy about them. Also, can we talk about SF? He's basically a Bond villain, and it works. So, after playing every Uncharted game, here's my takeaway. These games are like Nathan Drake himself. Not perfect, a little reckless, but absolutely unforgettable. So should you play them? Abso-fucking-lutely. Should you also invest in a stress ball for the combat? Most definitely. What series should I tackle next? Tomb Raider? Assassin's Creed? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, the real treasure is the friends we made along the way. Or in Nate's case, the friends who don't shoot you for treasure. See you in the next adventure.